Well, I can say with confidence that if this thing hasn't become a tropical depression yet, it will in the next few hours. The NHC isn't pulling the trigger yet, but this looks pretty well defined at this point. I mean, there's a huge convection of thunderstorms, and the center of circulation is starting to look more and more like it's starting to form right about here. So, there we go. Like, this is the latest satellite update right here. The satellite imagery has come in. So, yeah, there we go. It's starting to really, pretty much organize right about here. That's where that center of circulation might be, essentially. But anyway, it's not really like it hasn't really been defined just yet, but it's getting pretty close to that. It's only a few more hours away from it becoming a tropical depression. Basically, just to recap what happened over the last 12 hours. Well, this is what happened over the last 12 hours. It really exploded, really ramped up in intensity and it didn't ramp up in intensity, it ramped up in convection. So, there it is. It just ramps up right here, and then, yeah, it's getting better and better organized by the hour. And this is what so we are going to review what the latest NHC has to say. It's quite busy. We have Odette over here. We have 95L. We have 97L now. We're going to cover that in just a few minutes. But this is as of 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. The showers and thunderstorms associated with a low pressure located around 650 miles east-southeast of the northern Leeward Islands continue to show signs of organization. However, satellite-derived wind data from a few hours ago indicate that its center does not yet have a well-defined center of surface circulation. Only a slight increase of organization of this system would lead to the formation of a tropical depression or a tropical storm, which is expected to occur later today or tonight, while the lower moves west-northwest around 15 miles per hour. That's a big development, folks. It's only a slight increase of organization at this point. Satellite right here can really confirm this. It's getting its act together. It has been since the last 12 hours. So, yeah, it's really getting its act together, and it's getting pretty close. Only a couple hours away at this point, if it keeps this current rate of organization, which over the last 12 hours it really has. It started really organizing, and it still has that rate of organization I was talking about. So, yeah, there we go. Let's go back to the NHC advisory right here. The system is expected to be near the northern Leeward Islands on Monday and Tuesday, and interest there should monitor its progress. Lower level winds are likely to become less conducive for development when the system reaches the southwest Atlantic by early to the middle part of next week. Additional information of the system, including gale warnings, can be found on the high seas forecast issued by the National Weather Service. Still a 90% chance of formation. It's only a couple hours away. Just at this current rate of organization, it's only a couple hours away. I'm just pulling this what happened in the last 12 hours. So yeah, let's pull up the high res right here. There it is. Like, you can see it's almost there, getting very close to organizing. Like, if we just went off this alone, it already looks like a tropical storm at this point. It looks impressive on satellite. It looks impressive right here on it looks impressive on the high res satellite. It looks impressive right here. We're gonna put this back to 30 frames. So yeah, very impressive system at this point. Yeah, it's true color right here. Yeah, you can yeah, this definitely looks like an organizing system. This honestly looks more like a tropical storm than an infest at this point. That's how impressive this thing really organized over the last 12 hours. So I'm just honestly I'm impressed with its progress, but it's unfortunately in the path of land. So the Leeward Islands needs to keep a close eye on this. Puerto Rico needs to keep an eye on this. Bermuda needs to keep an eye on this. So yeah, we'll speaking of which, we'll talk about the tracks right here. The question, basically, the big question we have after 48 hours is, when is that turn going to begin? Is it going to occur early, like the UKX2 indicates it will? Is it going to start its turn in the middle, like all these models do? The CEM2 has it coming 7 days out, pretty close to Bermuda. I'll be keeping a close eye on that. Or does it turn a little bit later, like the AVNI and the AEMI say it will? And could it impact Puerto Rico a bit? If, depending on how organized and how large and how strong the system is, it could get some impacts. Yeah, the Leeward Islands, Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, even parts of the Dominican Republic should keep a close eye on this. So, yeah, even the Turks and Caicos should as well. This is the intensity guidance. All I can say here is take it with a grain of salt. Like, this thing is rapidly organized over the last 12 hours. Anything can happen at this point. So take it with a grain of salt. They're all saying tropical storm. Some have it remaining in a depression, but take those with a grain of salt. That's all I can really say about this. It's too early to tell if this is going to be if this organization is just going to, the speed of it is going to continue, which if it does, that's not a good sign it's a good sign for the storm, because that shows you it could start rapidly strengthening everything, and that's not good for the Leeward Islands. So I'll be keeping a close eye on this. So yeah, just a quick recap on everything. Here's a few takeaways. 1, the storm is almost a tropical depression. It's literally hours away from it. Its organization speed has not decreased at all. It's a very impressive looking system right here on this satellite, as well as high res right here. So that's a key takeaway. 2, still a 90% chance of development right here. It's about 650 miles away from the Leeward Islands. So it's still a fair distance, but anywhere in the Lesser Antilles to the Dominican Republic needs to keep a close eye on this. And that's kind of ties into third takeaway, so there you go. 4, take these with a grain of salt. We don't know what we don't know at this point. This thing is organizing at a quick rate, and if it continues its rate of organization and it continues this rate of this convection, we could see a stronger storm than any of these models are saying. So take it with a grain of salt right here. So those are the key takeaways right there. So I'll be keeping a very close eye on this. So be sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more updates.